arguably one of my most favourite beers of all time. I've been promising this for a little while, and I finally got hold of it. I've been drinking this beer for many, many years, and I know quite a bit about this beer due to years of drinking the stuff. Right, what we're looking at is a beer called chimay, but it is actually pronounced chimay. So you've got to have the sh on the thing, and it comes from Belgium. So that's probably why it's got a different pronunciation than what it's actually perceived as. But I still call it chimay. Now, there's many versions of this. There's the blue one, the red one, white, and I think a gold one or something, and a red. No, I said red, didn't I? And a Grand Reserve. There we go. Each are different strengths. Blue being the strongest at 9%. Yes, that's right. 9%. Can we see that? Just at the bottom there. 9%. And it even tells you there the optimum temperature to drink it at, and basically not to tilt the bottle. Now, the not tilting the bottle is to do with the sediment. So if you tilt the bottle, it remixes the sediment and you get a different tasting beer. So there's the cap, chimay, or chimay as it's pronounced. This is a Trappist beer. So this is a beer brewed by the monks, and I must just tell you that there are 7 Trappist beers in the world. This is one of them. 6 of them are actually from Belgium, and 1 is Dutch. So yeah, they're brewed by monks in a, well, what looks like a church or a monastery of their own. Nothing to do with the outside world except brew beer. Alright, so first appearances then, very, very black. The head very thin, sort of I don't know, like a weird colour head, maybe a light white almost, or a strange weird colour, I don't know. Yep, so yeah, another dark beer coming at 9%, so let's get on with the smell. Smells of roasted malt, caramel. Almost like a syrupy, again I think that's a caramel, like the Coca-Cola smell. And definitely the roasted malt and barley maybe there. I'm getting definitely lots of complex flavours in here. Maybe an essence of fruit as well, but hard to say. Right, I'm now going to taste this for many, many times before, so here I go. Lovely stuff. Strong alcohol here. A caramel taste. Slight dryness. And I think it's that caramel sort of barley roasted taste coming through. Definitely the roasted side of things. The head is very, very foamy, small bubbled, constant in the mouth. It never dies off, to be fair. The head on this is really foamy, despite appearances. I know it looks pretty shit, but actually in the mouth it delivers really, really well. Lots of complex flavours. I'm getting like a sort of fruity aftertaste there as well. Not too sure of what, but I know it's kind of a like slight fruity taste. There we go. Confirmation, must be a good beer if I've burped. Yeah, very, very strong alcohol, so do take your time with this if you're not used to strong beers. I am, so I can quite happily drink this and not think much of it. You kind of get the sweetness again, a bit like Coca-Cola, so when Coke's gone flat, it sort of semi-tastes a bit like that, and there's like a slight, what I want to say, don't know if this is the right terminology for it, but I want to say like an irony taste as well. So a bit like Guinness, where you get that strong sort of irony taste. Again, you get that with the alcohol hit, the dryness, a slight bit of bitterness, but not too much. The fruit comes through, the alcohol hits you straight on, full pelt. It's just so many complex flavours in this, it's hard to nail and to really tell you what's in this beer, because to be quite frankly, I don't think I even know. Monks, brewed this that, well, they're trapped away somewhere, and only they really know the ingredients, I guess. But yeah, it's definitely a hard one to try and describe. Again, it's all in the different language of Belgium, or Flemish as it were, or even French maybe. Yeah, so not bad for 3.30. One of my all-time favourite beers. I'm going to go in again because I really want to tell you more about this beer if I can, but it's hard on the flavour. I'd say like a medium to light body. Again, dry aftertaste, that sort of roasted coffee, well not coffee, but a lot of roasted caramel taste on the aftertaste follows through. Still get the alcohol in the back of the throat. As promised, I did say if you watched the last beer review, which was the what was it called, Zenada or something, that was from Georgia. If you watched it, I suggest that you go and watch it. It's not the best of beer reviews because there was a lot in that video that I couldn't describe, but I gave it my all. And as promised, leading from that video foremost, I will now promise you to tell you some food pars with the beer. So chimay goes well with surprisingly cheese, and not many people know this, but it has its own range of cheeses also brewed by the monks. So there is Trappist cheeses out there. Never had any of them, never really looked for them. Not a very cheese lover myself, but I'll definitely give it a go. So yeah, there's quite a few ranges of those, and this also goes with meats as well. So particularly sort of steaks. So probably I'd say like fillet, sirloin, rump. All the usual steaks really. Racing, virtually none. Very clean all the way. So yeah, back to what I was saying. If you're not used to strong beers, although I've had the world's strongest beer, as you know, if you haven't seen it, check it out on my channel, Ruku's Beer. And that was about 67%, and this is only a mere 9%. So yeah, so do take your time with it. So chimay has obviously been brewing for many years, and I love it. I've been drinking it for many years. So onto the scoring. Well, it's going to take me some great pleasure to give this a 10 out of 10. Some real complex flavours there. The alcohol's there, especially if you're like myself and you like the stronger beers. I'd give it a 10. But if you was a person that prefers sort of your 5% beers, your sort of average tasting beers, like just in the 5% region, I guess, you might want to score this a little bit lower because of the alcohol hit is quite intense, and you might not be used to that, so it might be a little bit off-putting. Certainly, some of my friends that have tried this generally got really wankered on it, and when I mean wankered, I mean drunk. They just got completely smashed and wrecked just by having one bottle of this. So yeah, if you're a lower drinker at 5%, then I'd probably score this at a 6, maybe a 5. But because I like my strong beers and this is my beer review, I'm going to score it a 10. It's a lovely beer, can't get enough of it. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, another dark beer all the way from Belgium, Chimay.